what's going on, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you on this Blue Friday. Hope you're all doing well, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like Eric and Dio, Sky High Aviation, and Rip in the chat. Feel free to jump in on the chat right there, and I'll try to answer any of your questions you might have. I hope you're having a great day on this Friday as we get ready for game number 2 in the NFL this weekend. Seattle versus the 49ers, first divisional game of the year on Sunday. I hope you'll join me during that game. I'll be live streaming as I usually do right here in my studio with my dad, Kuya Bert, my mom in the background. Watch this game reacting and hopefully cheering the Seahawks on to victory. But I want to talk about that a little bit here and see what you guys think about this game. And I want to echo Sky High Aviation's comments about make sure you guys join the Discord, because there'll be an opportunity for you guys to chat with me while I'm watching this game. It's also an opportunity to be able to talk today when I do my Madden simulation, which is going to be happening today at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern. So I'm going to be replaying the game that we just witnessed on Monday night on Madden 23, breaking that open for the first time. Where's that case of mine? Madden 23, yes, there it is. The new one. I just installed it, ready to go, and I'm excited to get the Madden simulations back up and running for 2022 on the 23 version of Madden. So I got that going on. I got the game on Sunday, and then I'm actually doing a guest appearance on Sam Dog, the infamous 253's channel, at 3 o'clock. We're going to be talking with a 49er fan, CG Ruthless Sports, talking a little bit about this game, kind of flexing a little bit, trash talking. But a little preview before we get into that one at 3 o'clock. What do I think about this game coming up? I want to see what you guys think. I see Saijan's got the Hawks winning 23-16. Vegas speaks 23-20. The Niners over the Hawks. Go ahead and put your scores there, and also put down where you're watching from. I always love to see where people are seeing my show from. City and state, or city and country if you're not in the United States. All right, so talking about this game. Oh, I also want to just shout out. I want to thank everybody who's joined the NORBFAM membership. I haven't talked a lot about that, but it's a great way for those of you who want to do something special and besides subscribing, but also supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys like Nick LeBeau, Anthony D, Lori Cross. They're the MVPs, All Pros, Maria Maraj, IBeDave Jones, and newest member to the All Pros, Dad's Cookbook for Life. And then, of course, all the members who are starters as well, like Joyce, Tennis, SG SportsTalk Channel, Megan, Gaukroger, SportsLiveintheATL, who's going to be coming to watch the Falcons game next weekend. Looking forward to hanging out with him for a few days and at the game. That's going to be fun. David from Atlanta coming up to meet me for the first time. It's going to be great. DMAC Pro 90, Alena Dahl, fabulous moderator, and of course the aforementioned Sky High Aviation. So appreciate you guys supporting the channel, both not only for being here watching, but also financially supporting it. I do appreciate it. All right, so we're into this game now. Off the high of the win, 17-16 over the Denver Broncos. And looking at just some of the initial critics' picks of this game, we have about the same amount of people thinking the Seahawks have a chance in winning this as they did against the Broncos. I think 1 out of like 9 critics, at least on the NFL Network, picked the Seahawks to win this. So clearly we're going in here as the underdogs. And should we be? I'm going to get into that in a second. But I want to look back a little bit at the game that was the Broncos game. Yes, we won. And how much should we really read into this win against the Broncos? Well, you got to admit, we were pretty, I don't know if I use the word lucky because the Seahawks kind of created their own luck, but we were very fortunate to come away with that win. I mean, let's look at some of the things that had to go our way, right? And I said this even when I predicted that we'd win this game. I had like an asterisk saying, we will win this game, but we're going to have some breaks come our way. We're going to have some fluky turnovers. And indeed, we had several of those things. 2 of the fluky turnovers. It's not very often you're going to stop a team twice in a row at the goal line and have both those plays result in a fumble. All right, it's great that we did it, and we did some awesome things to make that happen, but you're not going to be able to count on that. All right, the next time we get into a goal line situation, are you really going to think the opponent's going to fumble again? We might get the stop, maybe force a field goal, but to get no points out of that, the Broncos got 0 points out of 2 balls inside the 5-yard line, literally at the goal line twice, and got no points. Any one of those points gets in, we lose the game. All right? And it could have been 2 touchdowns. We could have been beaten by 2 touchdowns, and everybody going, see, this is a season exactly what we expected. So it's amazing how 2 plays, 2 fumbles can change the complete perspective about our team. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not excited about it. And of course, I'm just as jacked as everybody else is. And I think a lot of people were impressed by how Geno Smith played, particularly in the first half, having gone like 18, I think, straight completions before finally going incomplete. So he had an outstanding first half. But you look at the second half, and granted, our defense did also, besides those 2 big plays, we also limited the Broncos to a mere field goal. But they shut us out completely. We were completely shut out in the second half. I wouldn't blame Geno per se. It's not like he did a bunch of bad stuff, but it just goes to show that for the Seattle's offense to be successful, we have to have effectiveness in the running game, okay? Because the 49ers have a good run defense. They're going to try to stack the box and force us to have to throw the ball. I think they're going to want to do what they know Pete Carroll likes to do, and that's run the football. So they're going to stack it up with Nick Bosa, that linebacking crew, that rookie safety of theirs. They're going to be up there trying to basically make our run game completely nullified, making us basically saying to the Seahawks, we dare you to throw the ball on us. And Geno's going to have to do that. And I've always said, even in this game against the Broncos, I said, I hope this doesn't come down to a game where we got to rely on Geno Smith to have to win it for us in the last 2 minutes, because he's, all due respect, that's not his forte, okay? He had 2 opportunities to do that last year, failed on both of them. If we'd gotten behind and he would have had to brought us back after the Broncos made the field goal and we had to come back and somehow he had to bring us from, with just some seconds remaining, I wouldn't bet my money on it, all right? That's just not his game. Geno Smith is a short passing guy. He's not a throw the bomb down the field kind of guy. Even on the ones that we got the long touchdown on, great play, by the way, to get that first touchdown, to elude the linebacker blitzing. He had to, do some dodging and weaving and then start to run up, and everybody crashed up on him like they were going to tackle him because they thought he was going to run, and then we had a wide open receiver. So what was like a 10-yard pass turned into the 50-yard touchdown or whatever it was. And then the other play really was just a great play design and a good throw. That one to Kobe Parkinson. I hope we see more of that, okay? So that was great. So it really is going to, I think, the whole season, I've said this from the beginning, we're going to have to run the football effectively for Geno Smith and the Seahawks offense to be successful, okay? It's not going to be, ride Geno's arm to the promised land. It's just that's just not his game. So can we run the ball against the 49ers? Well, that's what we're going to find out, We weren't very effective in the second half. Most of everything we did in the first half kind of got shut down. So the question will be, what will the 49ers do differently that will try to stop that from happening? And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to look at that second half tape against the Broncos and go, okay, look, going to load the box up and force them to throw. And can we respond? That is going to be the big question. And then can we protect Geno Smith enough to give him time so he can hit, guys, that are open. And Geno's got a good arm. He had made some nice throws that were, he had sometimes on some tight windows. Early one to DK diving on a back shoulder pass they had to get. Nice pass on the sideline, I think, to Marquise Godwin. That was pretty good. And so, all these things that he's done were great in the first half, but he did get shut out in the second half. And the offense really didn't do much. And we're going to have to do much better than that. Defense. Besides those 2 goal line stands, we had kind of a not great game. I mean, look at it. Wilson, as much as everybody likes to make, celebrate the fact that we spoiled his homecoming. Yes, we did. But he threw for 340 yards. All right, got sacked a couple times. Once again, he didn't run much. One time he ran, he got tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Uchenna Nwasu, who I think wasn't he a defensive player of the week in NFC? That was great. And he did an awesome job just getting off the ball fast and pressuring. So he had a lot of great plays like that. And then Russ, I think, ran it one other time for a few yards, but that was it. So it looks like, Russ, we thought maybe it was just him not wanting to run with the Seahawks. Maybe he's just really done running, because he certainly isn't doing enough of it. Geno did a lot of his own running, and I hope he does that a little bit more, just remembers to slide, because he put himself in harm's way a couple times. And I was thinking, man, if he gets hurt, that's bad news for him. And then we're down to Drew Lock, and we're going to have to really ride the dice with him. So we're going to have to be so much more efficient at these things. But on defense, while I liked the foundation of a lot of what the Seahawks did, pass rush wise especially, the cornerback situation, I don't know how banged up our corners are still. We had rookie corners out there because both of our starters were out. Now we lose Jamal Adams for the year. That sucks. Man, don't get me started on the whole Jamal Adams thing. I think we've all been hoping that we'd see him out there in the field, and maybe this will be the year he finally plays a whole season healthy, but didn't even make it through this first half. And he's done. I think it's pretty clear how things have worked out so far on this trade. It's sad. Maybe on this final year that he's got next year, he'll come back and just roar to it. But, clearly we didn't get our money's worth on this trade. Not his fault. People get hurt. That's just how it goes. But, injuries are a big part of the game. But, best ability is availability. And if you're not available to play, you're really not doing much for the team. So it's sad that it happened. I'm sure he's not happy about it. But we've got, just more holes to fill in a secondary that's already depleted. So keep an eye on that. Now, luckily for this game, Trey Lance, his arm does not scare me, okay? From every bit I've seen, he does not seem to throw the ball with a lot of accuracy on time. So I feel like if there's a time for our secondary to be depleted, this might be a good quarterback to go against. However, the guy can run. The guy can run good. He's going to run more than Russ did. And so that's really going to test our linebackers and our defensive line to keep him contained and from, getting out on the edge and making a day of it. So, but even their the 49ers running game in general, with Deebo Samuel, man, I mean, that guy's a whole nother level. And we didn't exactly succeed in stopping the run, that great, and especially in the first half. They were kind of having their way with us. They kind of did a little bit better. I think they made some adjustments and were a little bit tighter with the run, but we definitely gave up yardage. And again, we were just fortunate that those yardage give-ups ended on turnovers at the goal line. That's the only reason why our defense looked better than it was because those turnovers that didn't turn, or those long drives didn't result in points. Otherwise, we would have been going, man, kind of got our butts kicked and feeling totally different about the entire team. So, but here's the other things that are going. I think you guys know where I'm going. The tone of this is going based on my prediction video. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. We got a short week because we had Monday Night Football, so it's one less day of preparation, and we're on the road. So you got the double whammy of a short week on the road. So the Seahawks haven't had much time to, A, heal from all their poundings from Monday night, 2, less time to prepare, and then 3, you got that psychological thing, and you can, I don't know how much professional football players buy into this or not, but I think it is a legit thing. But the likelihood of a letdown game for this Sunday is very high because, when you come off a big emotional win like we just did, you've seen it a million times, right? A team goes up, major underdogs, they play their asses off, the crowd's into it. Oh my God, we won! And it's just like you won the Super Bowl. It felt like a championship game with the energy and all that stuff. And then you play the next week and you're so high from that one that you come down crashing to reality, and next thing you know, you lay a dump, lay a turd on the next week because of just everything that was spent on the first, the week before. So there's a lot of stuff going against the Seahawks this week, which is why in my prediction video, and I'm going to stick with this, is that I think the Seahawks are going to lose this game. I have 20-10 was my prediction video score. I'm going to stick with that just because, I'm 1-0, so I'm going to stick with that and see if I can go 2-0 on my predictions. I'm not rooting for it, believe me. It's not like I want that to happen, but I think there's just so many things ripe to fall here. I'm hoping to be completely surprised. I would love to this be, something that's not, going to happen, and that they'll prove me wrong on this. But it's very possible that these things all result in an unfortunate situation for Seattle and us being very disappointed. Now, do I think the 49ers are a playoff team? Not sure yet. My prediction video said that they're not. I don't believe in Trey Lance. I don't think he's the solution. I could see at some point them taking Trey Lance out and Jimmy Garoppolo coming back in, which would just be great quarterback controversy. And will that happen? I don't know. We'll see. But it's very possible it could come to that if he sucks. And again, I'm not convinced that this dude is the answer for San Francisco. But believe me, and I hope I'm wrong. Anytime I predict a loss, I hope I'm wrong. But look, let's be realistic. They're not going undefeated. The Seahawks aren't going to go undefeated, so they're going to lose some games. So we got to figure out which of those games that they're probably going to lose. And for all the reasons I said, I think this is one that just unfortunately is going to bite us. And it's going to be like opposite feeling of last week. We were so on a high, so unexpected, so much energy. And that's the other thing. We don't have the energy that we had. A lot of that reason we won, I forgot to mention this, the penalties. Usually the Seahawks are the ones who are getting penalized over 100 yards. Well, the Broncos, couldn't get out of the way of the flags. They did a lot of dumb stuff. They had unsportsmanlike, they had late hits, then they had a bunch of false starts, delay of games. And those false starts and delay of games, that was crowd noise all the way. So that was a major home field advantage, which was great to see. And I hope it's here to stay for the year and not just a one and done, kind of just like we blew our load on the first game and now back to the season we thought it was going to be. I hope people will continue to ball out and just pretend like Russell Wilson's on the field every single time and treat every quarterback from the opposing team that same way. But they won't have that in San Francisco. And not that they have this huge, loud crowd down there at Levi Stadium, but they're not going to have the 12s either. In fact, it might be a much more subdued overall audience. So whatever advantage we had, and we definitely had an advantage on the pass rush because of the silent count, our ends were able to jump that snap and get that extra advantage around the corner to cause disruptions, which particularly became helpful in those final plays leading up to that disastrous field goal attempt blunder that Denver had. So these elements are not going to be in our favor on Sunday. And so it's going to be a little bit different. Maybe it might be a little bit more of a challenge getting in the backfield this time because they won't have that half-step advantage. So these are all the reasons why I think the 49ers will win. Now, for it to go the other way and why we might actually get the win are the things I'm just saying I'd like the opposite. If we can run the football against the 49ers, who will be damn committed to stopping it, this could all change. Okay. If we can get Rashad Penny, and I don't know if Kenneth Walker's going to play yet at this point. I'd love to see that guy get on the football field because I'm excited about what he can do. But if we can get Rashad Penny to break a few, get somewhere close to 100 yards. If we can just get close to 100 rushing yards in general. If we get 100, if Penny or a combined Seahawks backfield gets 100 yards or more, I'm pretty sure we could win this game. Okay, Penny rushed for 60 yards in that last game. He was so close to breaking a couple. That's what's good about Penny is he's got that ability to where a lot of times he gets stuffed in the middle of the line, and he's not going to be like Lynch or Carson where he's going to bust a lot of tackles. But what Rashad Penny does great is if once he gets to that first line, if he can find that one cutback lane where somebody seals off, we get the defensive line, and then somebody picks up the linebacker and he boom makes one cut and goes, then a lot of times he's off to the races. We saw him do that a couple times where he got broke free and then he got tackled in the secondary. But if he gets free from that initial first level and the second level, he can be gone. And all of a sudden he's got like an 80-yard touchdown, right, or a 60-yard touchdown, and then it's a whole new game. It's a whole new situation. So that's the thing that could break this entire thing that I'm talking about. So got to get that going. Obviously, Geno did a good job not turning the ball over. I think the one turnover he had was just a DK fumble, which don't blame him. He was trying to get extra yardage. He got the ball stripped from him. Dude's just got to protect better because sometimes we've seen DK try to do too much, like fight for these extra yards. Happened in the Pittsburgh game where he fumbled and we almost lost the game and couldn't kick a field goal for overtime. Almost blew that one in a situation that wasn't necessary. And I think a lot of times he's just got. I think DK thinks he's Superman, and he looks like it, right? That body he's got, he might as well be. But I think sometimes he's so determined that I'm the strongest guy in this field. I am going to take every single one of you on, and I'm going to keep on fighting because eventually I'll get through it. He did it on that one play. There was a bubble screen to him, and he kind of, instead of just going upfield and getting maybe a yard or just breaking even, he decides I'm going to try to bust around and run around the other side. I'll take you all on. Try to stiff arm the defender coming at him the other direction. Yeah, no shot. He lost like 7 yards in the play. That's not smart football, DK. You just got to take what you can get. And if it's just not going to happen, you can't try to do something too much and then put yourself in a worse situation, i.e. losing more yards or fumbling the football. So hopefully he'll learn from that and just try to take what's given. Because he's great. Get him in the open field. Yeah, man, you can torch anybody. But sometimes, if the play just went right or the blocker wasn't there, you can't do it all yourself, man. You can't do it all yourself. You can't score a touchdown on every single play. So hopefully we get to do that. Get Tyler Lockett going. Lockett was like, where did he go? He evaporated in the second half. I don't even remember a single pass to Tyler Lockett in the second half. I could be wrong, but I do not remember much in the action of Geno Smith looking to Tyler Lockett's way. And Lockett is the best receiver, hands down, with the hands of the Seahawks football team. So he's got to be looking to him to bail him out of these situations. You need to get 3rd and 5. Tyler would get you 3 and 6, or we'll get his ass open. So those are the other things we got to do. Special teams. Jason Myers was on point. Solid with the kicking game. Michael Dixon didn't have to punt much. That was pretty cool. We hardly saw him. But when we do have to do it, we got to pin the ball down, and the coverage, the punt coverage when we did kick was awesome. These guys were on it. Kick return coverage was great. They were smothering guys, getting guys behind the 20, and one time at the 10-yard line. So on those facets, we played excellent. So it's really easy, when you win a game, it's so easy to overlook everything bad that happened, because you're just thinking, hey, we won. It's awesome. We're great. Hey, David in Atlanta with the super chat says, hey, Norb, I'm so excited about my trip to Seattle and finally hang out with you. We're going to have a blast. I also encourage any Seahawks who know me or Norb, say hello if you can. A long time coming. Absolutely, man. Can't wait. It's going to be, we're going to be making a weekend of it. So, come on up. We'll be sitting and for the first time ever, actually doing a game reaction with an opposing fan, sitting side by side. I think the closest I got to that was years ago in the 2014 season when Trevor, who was a Packers fan, he was in the stands in another area, and I was in another, and he shot himself, I shot myself, and I combined the two together so we would have like dual reactions. That's the only time, the closest to being like in the same stadium. And now for the first time, we'll actually be sitting next to each other so we can literally like trash talk side by side. So we'll see how that goes. I feel bad for him because on that day that his first game of the year was, he blew a 16-point lead, I believe it was, to the Saints, to lose that game in heartbreaking fashion. Go look up his video on his channel, SportsLiveintheATL. And on that same day, my Mariners took on the Braves at home on the rubber match against the Braves and ended up having the lead and then blowing the lead at the top of the ninth, where the Braves took a 1-run lead after being down by like 4 runs or something. Took a 1-run lead. It looked like they were going to, turn it around and win that game. And then the Mariners go down to the bottom in the 9th inning and hit 2 home runs to win the game. So stole it back. So I just was thinking of you, David, the whole time about, man, you're having a bad day for both your baseball team and your football team. So he's looking for his first win this weekend. We'll see if he gets it. But then that game 3 will be next weekend, and we'll be having fun doing that. We'll probably do some other collabs during the course of the weekend as well. Prior to Sunday being the culmination of all of it. So it's going to be fun. So yeah, if you guys want to meet up, let me know. So David will be hanging out with me, along with my dad will be there. Mark Collins, will be there as usual. My buddy Pat should be there as well, and maybe even another friend or so tagging along. So we'll do some pregame fun on that weekend, week after Sunday. So there we go. That is, I'm trying to think of anything else I missed in terms of this game. I kind of told you the good and the bads of what happened last weekend and what could be the good and the bad of this week. And we'll see. I'm not expecting a win. I'm feeling like we're going to be disappointed on Sunday. But if they do some things well, namely running the football, if we get over 100 yards, if we can get a combined over 100 yards rushing, from our backfield, I think we can win this game. It's got to be it's going to take a solid performance in there. And of course, on defense, we've just got to, I think we need a turnover. We can't afford a turnover. We got to be plus in the turnover department, and then that changes everything, just like the Broncos game. So let me know what you think. Your score predictions. I see Sky High Aviation is saying, "Hey Norb, jump on the Discord and chat with the people on the game day voice chat." So I will do that. But first, I recognize Daniel Salazar Jr. the super chat. Thank you very much for your support. He says, "Hey Norb, huge fan. Been watching you since 2015. Yeah, baby. Keep up the great work. Hope the Hawks win on Sunday." Thank you. I do too. And if I predict a loss, it doesn't mean I want them to lose. All right. I'm just saying what I think is going to happen. And we all know we're not going to go undefeated. So there's going to be some losses in there. And just because I predict we might lose for various reasons doesn't mean I'm not a supportive fan. All right. Some people are like, "Hey man, how can you down on the Hawks, man? How can you not rooting for our team, man? You don't believe in our team anymore?" It's like, no, it's not that. I want the best for our team. I'd love to go 17-0. I'd love for us to go 17-0 and the Broncos to go 0-17. Then we could be in the Super Bowl and they could give us the number one pick at the same time. But that's not going to happen. That's not reality. All right. So we're going to lose some games, and I think it's going to be this weekend. I hope I'm wrong. All right, let's go in here to the chat. Let's see if I can get some of these names up here. I haven't technically checked all this stuff out. Let's see who's in here. Who's in the call? We've got Sky High Aviation and Sonic. Well, let me bring up Sky High. Sky High, are you there? Sky High Aviation. I hope everybody can hear him. Can everybody hear Sky High? Sky High, what's up, man? Oh, I can see that. Oh, I can see that. I can see that. I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me work on that. I know why. Sometimes my OBS acts weird. Hey, what's up, man? There we go. I just got to route this correctly. Right. Bam. Norb, there it is.
You going to the Husky game?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure. It depends.
Well,
50-50 on the Husky. I saw that. That's cool. Yeah, if I end up going, I'll definitely look you up. If I go, it's going to be with David, because David really wants to go to that game, and I'm hoping I can make that happen on my end. So I'm working on that.
I'm sitting up really high, the high seats. It's like 311 or something.
Oh, I'm going to be in the. We don't have. We're on a budget here, so if we go, we're going to be in the nosebleeds and the cheap seats as well. So we are not going to be like at some front row business. So we're definitely going to be up high. So we'll see what happens. Game. But okay, hey, Sky High, you were there. I think you guys are coming in loud and clear. What do you got?
Yeah. So
am I wrong about my prediction here?
You're wrong about quite a lot of things, and there's some things that you didn't really mention.
Okay.
Well, let's go over the most important part.
Okay, let's hear it.
It was Geno's play, and we all thought Geno played great, right? And
in the first half, he was awesome.
Yeah, in the first half. In the second half, there's a problem with Geno, what's happening right now, and it goes back to about last year when Russell Wilson went down. Clearly, Geno and Russell, and I'm going to tie it all in. I know I'm going back, but it's going to tie back together pretty quickly. So Russell Wilson goes down. Geno is kind of thrust into this position. I can feel. You can kind of sense he's a real likable guy. A lot of people like him, so sure. He's in a favorable position after Russell Wilson goes down. Geno kind of feels this feeling that he is now in control. He needs to lead the team to victory. He is the guy. He is the man that, is going to, bear this team into the future. And what happens is we end up going 1-2. Things don't end up going our way. We end up winning a game against the Jaguars. Really didn't help Geno at all, right? And especially after the Steelers game, you could see him going to social media. You could see him on the press conferences saying, "This is my fault." He was completely broken by it, essentially. And he felt like he had let everyone in the organization down. He had let the fans down because he was close. He had the backup from all his players. And when Russell Wilson came back, it kind of put a shadow over what had happened to him. And now Geno gets this whole new opportunity to start for this football team. I think was the right decision. Twitter clearly didn't think it was the right decision.
Oh, as opposed to Drew Lock? Yeah.
Yeah. I would have rather had Geno start because Geno has been here. He understands this offense completely. And he's a guy who has had a pretty terrible career besides what has been conspiring over the past week and a half, and you feel like he is in a position where he wants to, even though he's older and it could be an elder statesman of the team, that he, is in a learning position at this time. He's a guy that's saying, I'll do whatever it takes to get this team to win. You put in the game plan, I'll go out there and execute it. He's that kind of guy. He's the guy that Pete Carroll would love at quarterback, and he's not really the superstar that would want, the diva that would want, hey, I want to do this and I want to do that. It's Geno who's going to go out there and be your yes man, essentially, on the football field.
Okay, I'm waiting for you to get to the points where you're going to contradict everything I said, because so far I haven't heard anything.
It's coming.
Okay, it's a long-winded intro to your first point, but go on. I'm waiting.
What you didn't mention is this, again, the second half performance. So Geno played very well first half of the Broncos game. Second half, it was really, the offense wasn't there. And granted, we only had 3 possessions, right? But Geno only threw for 30 yards in the second half. The defense kind of, took that part, took the game over in the second half. What really wasn't talked about is how Geno kind of in the second half, how he played with the lead. It was he kind of reverted back to that old Geno. He reverted back to we have the lead. I'm trying my best.
Just try not to lose it, right? Don't try to win it. Just try not to lose it. Yeah. But that's Geno. Is that Geno or is that a coaching thing?
That's Geno.
Okay.
That is Geno because of what has happened last year, what he has seen with the team, the trust that he has gained with his team. He let the pressure get to him. And there were clearly some plays. And on our last offensive possession, when Bradley Chubb was coming around the edge, Geno could have stepped up and probably made a throw. But instead, he stood back. He was waiting. He was patient. He was more than willing to go underneath, probably. And there wasn't an option, and he ended up getting dropped.
He took the sack.
So he reverted back to that old Geno.
But that's also, that is him. That is what I was saying earlier. Is that he is the safe guy. He's the game manager guy. He's not going to throw the deep ball. He's not going to force something that's not there. So he's always going to play it safe, which that might be good enough not to lose, but a lot of times it won't be good enough to win because he's not willing to pull the trigger.
Because there's a chance that you're not going and winning at halftime, right?
Right. We were lucky to be up, with the lead.
And you can't have Geno come in and say, well, we're winning. We're going to run the clock. I'm going to play it safe. I'm not going to have to.
So far, I sound like you're agreeing with me. So I'm still waiting for the part where you shoot down all my points, because so far all my points are sticking up on the board.
Well, I don't want to shoot down all of your points, because your points, a lot of them I'm validating.
Okay. All right. I'm looking. Okay. All right. Because I'm waiting for a twist here where you go, but here's why we're going to win. I'm waiting for that.
We are going to win, and I will tell you why we're going to win.
No, tell me, because we only have we don't have all day.
we are going to win by doing what we used to do best, and that is throwing the ball deep downfield. And we are going. Last week we beat the Broncos because Russell Wilson probably stood in the defensive room for 25 minutes and did a whole presentation on how Seattle is good at throwing the ball deep downfield, and how we're going to run the zone, and how we're going to spread the offense apart and throw outside the numbers, which is what Russell Wilson is so good at doing. Instead, we literally threw in the middle of the field. We had a lot of guys moving, a lot of moving pieces across. A lot of movement across the line of scrimmage, a lot of pistol formations, a lot of stuff that we saw with OG Russell Wilson in that 2014, 2012 offense, where Russell would stand in the shotgun, turn and hand the ball to Lynch, and that's kind of how we went. Now, the San Francisco 49ers, they're coached incredibly well, and I fully expect them to come out and be prepared, to have 7, 8, 9 guys within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, and be prepared to blitz, be prepared to just attack Geno. Well, that's where your weapons come in, right? That's where San Francisco is not really the greatest when it comes to the outside corners, and Seattle has 2 pretty darn good guys, along with an Olympic athlete, as your number wide receiver 3, who will go out there and just run outside the numbers and go up and get it. You got DK, who is the biggest guy. You've got Lockett, who's the guy who's got the best hands, and then you have Marquise Godwin, who is the Olympic athlete, essentially, who runs faster than DK, and you have got George Fant as well. Now, the running game may not be on point. The running game may not be great. I still expect Penny to do decent. Hopefully he's on my fantasy team. So I still expect him to do pretty well. But the way the Seattle has to win this game offensively is by throwing the ball deep downfield. They have to be able to use their wide receivers and tight ends to their advantage. We saw it in the last game. The tight ends were the response of the explosive plays. They were there for all the explosive plays. We just have to utilize our receivers. And you can bet right now, Geno is working with his guys to get that done, because Geno, if anybody, now again feels the pressure, feels the responsibility to go out there and be the hardest working guy, and that is what he is going to do, because everyone in there trusts him. It's not like Rex Ryan, where he's going to go out there and bark in his ear and yell at him and act like a crazy old dude on the sideline. He is going to, Geno, for the once, looks like and feels like he has control of this team, and I think Pete Carroll understands that. He's going to go out there and put a good lineup in. And also, to speak on Jamal Adams being out, we have a great replacement in Jamal Adams, Josh Jones. He was fantastic in the preseason. He excelled in first team reps while Adams didn't play in the preseason. I'm not really concerned at all, because Adams hasn't really, besides getting sacks and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he hasn't really contributed in a way where we're going, oh my gosh, we're going to lose everything Jamal Adams brought, because we're kind of wondering, what did Jamal Adams bring anyway? What was he doing out there? So it's not that big of a loss. Hold on a second. I got to recognize SG Sports Talk Channel, the newest member of the All-Pro newest member of NORBFAM. So thank you, SG Sports Talk Channel. He asked, do you want to do a San Francisco Giants versus Seattle Seahawks post-game show on 9/18? Oh, that's coming up the day before Monday. That's the same day as the Seahawks game. Let me check on the schedule on that. Can't forget about what the Mariners are doing, but I appreciate you supporting my channel. And Seth Harvey with the Super Chat says, good games to the Hawks for beating Russ. As a 49ers fan, we need this win badly. Lance has been under scrutiny all week. Is the era over of having our number? Seattle having our number. Well, I would love that to be that we still have the number, but like I said, I'm not rooting on it. And so basically, summing up what you're saying is the key to a Seahawks victory is not like the running game, like I said. Not all the other things I brought up, is that you said is that Geno Smith is going to have to throw the deep ball. Is what you're saying for the Seahawks to win.
He's going to have to go out there and try.
When's the last time you saw Geno throw deep passes? Now, don't count the yardage, because yards after the catch is not the same as throwing a deep ball. That touchdown to Disley was not a deep ball. That was like a 10-yard ball and a scramble that he ran for like another 30 or 40. That's not a deep pass. The one to Kobe Parkinson was nice. That was about 25, 30 yards? That was a good one. I'll give you that one.
Look at the majority of Geno Smith's passing touchdowns from last year. I can name about 3 of them off or four great passes that he threw deep balls. One, okay, here they are. 2 of them were to Metcalf. One was in the Monday night game against the Saints. One was also in the against the Rams. Against the Rams, yeah, that's pretty good. There was one where he threw to Lockett against the Jaguars, and one that he threw a big back shoulder.
Oh, I remember. That was the Lockett one where he got called down at the 1.
Yeah, so those were all fantastic throws by Geno Smith, and those were all plays that he had time as well in the pocket. But I also obviously expect Geno to also throw the ball deep outside the pocket with him, rolling out, possibly standing, firing, and letting it go. So obviously, this is something that we can attack with the San Francisco secondary. I'm also not too confident with Trey Lance right now. San Francisco, regardless of the weather, shouldn't have let Chicago win that game. That game is on the defense at that point. San Francisco had the lead with unbearable conditions, realistically. Right. I wouldn't play football in a freaking pig slop, essentially, is what it was. And the defense kind of, faltered. The defensive secondary was nowhere to be found. There were broken plays where Justin Fields was going left and right all over the place, and San Francisco was slipping and sliding in the secondary. So it's obviously something that we have to take advantage of if we're going to be successful. And if even
they didn't have George Kittle in that game either. Will George Kittle be healthy this game?
I don't know that yet. He hasn't practiced, I don't think.
SG Sports Talk Channel says San Francisco is going to win 55-3. Clearly a San Francisco fan. Maybe he could tell me if he knows something. He should know something about the 49ers roster. Are the 49ers going to have George Kittle? That's a big difference. That's a playmaker there that they didn't have in that first game. Will they have him against us? Makes a big difference, too. I don't know. If
it really does. And I think he's a game changer. If he's in that game, I think there's a good chance San Francisco takes over offensively, possibly. But if he's not, Deebo Samuel, and that's it pretty much for this team. Elijah Mitchell's out. That Trey Sermon's gone. I think that's
Kittle was back
it.
at practice today, according to Matt Gaskell in the chat. Thank you very much.
Kittle, that doesn't mean he'll play.
Oh wait,
right?
no. Sam Dog says Kittle is out.
Oh.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, that just kind of nudges the needle a little bit towards the Seahawks way, because I made my prediction thinking of mostly healthy roster, not counting on the fact that Kittle would be out. So that does kind of change that. Shaves a few points off. Trayvon Holloway in the Super Chat says the Seahawks will smack the 49ers. Pete knows how to beat them. Okay.
He does.
He has had a history, but he also had Russell Wilson, who was really the 49ers slayer. You got to admit. Russell had a way of doing it.
We beat the 49ers on the long ball last year. So
Russell had two big plays against the Niners in San Francisco last year. There was that one play where he had no business making that touchdown throw. It was a scramble sack situation. He eluded it, jumped over a guy, and as he was moving to his right, threw this unbelievable pass to the pylon. I think it was Freddie Swain for the touchdown. Only like maybe 3 guys in the league could have made that play. He was one of them. And then he actually ran for a touchdown, which he doesn't do these days. So when he ran for a touchdown, I was like, whoa, Russell's running. Where'd this come from? So, it's
I do miss
it's a
Russell,
different situation. Right? Oh, I know. I don't know why he's not running even now, but maybe he's old. He's older and slower, and it's kind of how it is. Let's see. We've got some other people in here who could join the conversation. Or let me give you one last chance. Did you have anything? Do you have anything else that you want to add besides that? We have to let Geno cook. Is basically what you're saying.
No, I think we win 21-17. I think it's, again, a really close game, which is how Pete likes to play it. And all we got to do is, play our style. There's supposed to be rain. I think I heard from somebody in the chat.
Yeah, I heard it was supposed to be rain, too. So another potentially sloppy game 2 weeks in a row for them.
If the Bears' offensive line can protect Justin Fields long enough for them to beat the San Francisco defense, I have quite some confidence with the Seattle offensive line going into that game.
If it's going to be a messy, wet game, all the more reason I'm going to double down, not on your let Geno cook thing if it's going to be wet conditions, but we're going to have to run that football. We're going to have to run that football. That's my feeling. Trayvon Holloway says, thank you, man. That was Sky High Aviation. Trayvon Holloway says, true, but I think Geno can pull it off. Sports Live in the ATL back in there. David from Atlanta says, no, bro, I'm in your Discord background. I think, how do I call in? Oh, David's in here. You got to go to the Stream Game Day Party voice channel at the bottom. Click in there, and then
I heard that I saw your
put in the queue. Say again?
Scheduled Madden Sim. I'm happy you got it scheduled.
Yep, 4:30 this afternoon. In about 2.5 hours, I'll be replaying the game on Madden 23 for the first time. I just installed it, so it's fresh out of the box. And playing it for the first time, I'm curious to see what if I do a 3-4. Yeah, well, we kind of mixing it up. Definitely getting some coaches in there from coaching advice from people. But yeah, that's 4:30. Tune in 4:30 Pacific time. See if I can.
I got a football game to go to at like 7:00, so I'll be able to make it.
All right, cool. Sports Live ATL. Jump into the Stream Game Day Party channel if you're able to. Let's get Britannia. This is a name I don't recognize. Britannia, aka BJ. Oh, I know BJ. BJ. We have Sonic as well in there, and David Gribb, along with Tyler Parcher. BJ.
Yep.
You got something?
What's up, Norb?
BJ, it's been a while. How you been?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. What do you think? Am I off on this, or do you think Sky High is correct? What do you think is going to happen on Sunday?
I mean, if it's going to rain, it might be a crapshoot, but I think you're right because we just came off a huge win, emotions are high, and we had a reason to win against the Broncos. With the Niners, we have a rivalry with them, but after last week, our season is kind of just like been meaningless. Like what? Now?
So you're kind of saying the whole thing about the letdown game after a big win against the Broncos. You're concerned that they're not going to be up for this game, right? I got to give credit to Pete Carroll because he's the utmost in the every week's a championship game. Blah blah blah. Of course, I really think he had something extra for this game. He would be lying if he didn't admit that was the case. But he's probably better than anybody could probably get somebody motivated, to. Oh, got David in here, but you got to mute your volume because it's echoing, David. But if anybody could get the team ready, it'll be him. But that was just one of the reasons. But I still think it's a lot of other things. Mostly the fact that the stuff that disguised our warts because we won. I'm still concerned that it's still out there, and that you can. We got away with it thanks to a lot of very fortunate things, but there was a lot of things wrong with Monday, and it could have easily been a very different score. Unless they can fix that, and mainly, we're going to have a better running game and a little bit stiffer defensive performance. But what's your prediction? So you think we're going to lose too, huh?
Well, I mean, if our defense stands its ground, and if we can utilize DK. And if Charles Cross can hold up against Nick Bosa, I think we have a real shot.
We always have a shot. You start the game off right. Yeah. It's 0-0, and then it's just a matter who could keep making the plays, who can make the stops, who can get the first downs, who's going to turn the ball over. It's all that stuff. So we'll see how that all goes. But I'm hoping we can pull off another win. I mean, amazing if we go 2-0. Man, talk about exceeding expectations. We'll be halfway to the critics' win prediction for this team if we go 2-0 and beat the 49ers on Sunday. It can happen. It can happen. Oh, the SG Sports Talk channel's in the chat as well. All right, we're going to have to pull up a few of these guests, and David as well, on video, in fact. But, BJ, thanks for coming in. What's your score? Give me a score. I said 20-10. What do you got?
I'd say 14-21.
21-14 49ers. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I hope we're both wrong. And apologize to everybody for not believing in the Seahawks. And I'd love to have that video to apologize for being wrong. Would make my day on Monday, or Sunday night, whatever it happens to be. All right, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it, man. Let me get David in Atlanta here. Hopefully we got the audio issues worked out. David, I hope if you have earbuds or something, that often helps, but let's see how it goes. David, welcome to the Discord, man.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, you sound delicious. Yeah, it's all good, man.
Hey, David.
Dude just said I sound delicious.
You do sound delicious. Yeah, you've never been told that, have you? First time for everything.
No, not really. Hey, Tyler. As far as Tyler Parker goes, he apologized. You're good, dude. I just have.
On Twitter.
Yeah, I just have strict rules on my stuff, but you're good, man. We'll talk about it later.
Guess what I'm doing next Saturday? I'm going to that game that you are going to next Saturday.
Oh, well, I'm hoping to go to the Stanford.
We're trying to work out the details. We're trying to work out the details. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, David from Atlanta, Sports Live in the ATL, we've collaborated for, since 2000. When did we start a collab? 2015?
Well, we didn't collab when it was the Seahawks Falcons in the playoffs, did we?
Not in 2012, obviously, because I didn't even start my channel yet. But we've met many times.
I do know we've collabed at least maybe 6, 7, 8 years, definitely since 2016, and
yeah, it was either 15 or 16. Yeah, we've had plenty, and yes, you've won a few. I've won a few. We've had some fun, but it'll be actually fun to see each other. And unfortunately, I don't have the video on screen. He's showing off his trophies of bets that he's won. One was a signed mini helmet. The other one is a NorbCam headband. Are you guys
riding together in the van?
What?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. I'll be picking up David on the way to the game. So I'm gonna have a whole full carload.
Well, I will say this though to the people that have, I think there's a couple people. Let me see, what I can remember: Sam Dog, Alena,
me, of course.
There are a few that may have come over to my channel throughout the years, but any Seahawks 12s that has followed me through the times that I've chatted with NorbCam, please, man, if you're able in the area, it'd be cool to meet up with you. I will be there. Plane leaves Friday. 7 a.m. Eastern time from Atlanta, and we'll be there around 9:34, 9 whatever it was Seattle time, and I'll hit up Norb before I lift off and everything, and I'll be chilling out at the airport for a little bit. I guess. I guess for a little bit. I got to try the Seattle coffee. I heard so much about that.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely do some of that. But yeah, so we're gonna spend some time on Friday, maybe even watch a little baseball. We'll see Saturday. Hopefully we can get to that Husky Stanford game, and of course the big one on Sunday, culminating.
They're working on that, man. For real, working on that. Yeah. Hey, nice win by the way over the Broncos, man. That had to feel great. To beat Russell Wilson. You know, to me, I kind of think that it was probably inevitable for it to be that way. In everything, to be quite real. I mean, you know, the prodigal son coming back home, and then you guys edge him out. That was pretty. It was pretty impressive,
it was pretty amazing. Nobody gave us that. It gave us a chance on that, and I said we were going to do it, but it was going to take some major turn of events for it to happen. That's exactly what happened. A bunch of penalties.
Yeah, Norb, you should have picked him. You should have picked him in my NFL Pick'em tournament. I have 12 people. Only one person picked Seattle. And the ironic thing about that, the one person who won Week 1 who picked Seattle was a Saints fan. Ways, you know, with the fact that I mean, I'm guessing you guys got young players. I know we do now. I know we're kind of starting over quarterback and everything. So I kind of think that if there's one game that I think we can win definitely, which aside of the New Orleans game is the Seattle game. And I don't want to go to my third road game and lose again. I can't go. I cannot lose again. So Seattle 12s, subscribe to my channel. Check me out this week. You're going to want to. We got to win, man. I'm sorry, Norb. I know you're going to be heartbroken, but hey, I'm honored, man. I actually get to sit in the seat. I actually get to sit in the seat right next to the man.
Yes, you do. I mean, yes, you do.
That's going to be great, man.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching you get frustrated when you lose again. So, yeah, you know, get ready for that.
I met Norb.
Wait, Alena Dahl with the super chat said, Norb, you should take Sleeta to the Starbucks Reserve store just in case the coffee doesn't do the trick. LOL. Yeah.
Well, Starbucks what store?
The Starbucks Reserve store. I don't even know what she means by that. What's the Reserve store? There's so many Starbucks. I don't even know.
David, you should join the VC again at 4:30. Norb's doing a Madden sim tonight.
I can't because I work early on Saturday. My schedule's pretty tight. I work early in the morning, so I can't stay up too late. You know, and everything. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, some audio issue. I don't know what the audio issue is. I had some dropouts, but hopefully everything's stable.
I will.
Well, can you hear me though, Norb?
Oh, well, I've been hearing you loud and clear, so I think I might have had an issue with the live stream for a second.
Okay, can we be real? Can we be real that this right here looks better on me than it does on you?
You look ridiculous, man. Take that thing off. He's wearing my green hat that he won from me, and he's just.
Dude, I want to.
If you want to wear it at the game, you be my guest, man. You can be my guest wearing the green hair next to me. You be my twin. You'll be my twin at the game, man.
Yeah, the makeup. You know, hey, no, look. Speaking of that, I think that would be pretty cool at the game. Because I'm already picturing what I'm going to wear. I'm trying to figure. First of all, if you could paint my face up, you know, in the Falcon colors, that would be sweet.
I've got some red and black. I got some red and black. We could do a little something.
Yes.
Oh, Matt Ryan. Show me the Matt Ryan jersey. A time long gone. Oh, you got the Matt Ryan Indianapolis Colts jerseys now.
Dude, man,
look how big this thing is. I definitely support him. Pepsi.
And nice. I will say this, because I have a pick'em tournament since you're on. I will say this. Seattle, San Francisco. Okay, I picked San Francisco to win, but I'm not really sold on them. I think if you guys could pull that one off, I think that would be good for y'all moving forward. And I already know you guys are rooting for us to beat the Rams. I think it's a game Atlanta can win.
I am rooting. See, I want you to win this week. That way you'll be happy. You'll make us happy because you'll beat the Rams, knock them down even another peg, make them 0-2 the division, and then you come up here and lose to us, and it'll be a perfect trifecta. That would be the perfect combination.
Well, to me, it might be good for you, but I have to ask that. If we do you a favor and beat the Rams, I'm not going to
do you a favor and lose to you. That doesn't help us. Now, I'll be happy to beat the Saints down the road, do you that favor later on. Don't think it's going to happen, but we'll try. You take care of the Rams, we'll take care of the Saints in the Superdome, which never happens. But we'll try.
Okay, so you play the Saints this year.
We do, in New Orleans, which we have such a great record in New Orleans, by the way. You want to know what our record is over the last decade? It's like 0-8 or something.
Oh,
we can't win in New Orleans. We suck in New
Okay,
Orleans.
well, I got you one better. Atlanta does you a solid and beat the Rams. You do us a solid and beat New Orleans. Okay? And I will do this for you. I need you to think of something creative for a bet for our game.
We definitely have to do a bet for our game.
Yeah.
Maybe something we could do right after the game on the spot on camera.
Right.
So I'm about to think of something.
Studio streams.
And also, what I will do is, I don't know what it's like there, but Sunday night, what are the plans after the game? What's going on after the game? Are we going to a sports bar or something, or what? What's the deal?
I don't know. We'll have to rendezvous with all my peeps, my dad, my friend Mark, and my buddy Pat. We'll figure out where we're all doing after that.
Hit up T-Mobile Park. They have like a tailgate thing at T-Mobile Park.
Here, let me take this off right here, man. I'm insulting Atlanta, man. I got to put on something.
You look
that
ridiculous.
you guys know really well.
Me and Slitto have been
one second. There we go.
talking, and I apologize to him for talking about the whatever the StreamYard is. I'm done talking about that now.
Oh, it's cool. You guys worked that all out.
Brought that up.
Yeah,
brought that up. But,
it's all between you guys. You gotta work it out.
Yeah, no, you
It's
good.
all good now, right?
Hey, but is Squabo's there, or any of you guys?
I told Squabo is at Wazoo. He's on the other side of the state, so he unfortunately is not on this side because he's
not
finishing.
He's make it.
Nah, he's in his unless he comes here for the game, which I doubt. If he didn't go to the Broncos game, he's definitely not coming for the Falcons game.
Well,
but no, he's finishing up college at Wazoo, so he's about ready to get his broadcast career launched. So
education is important, but I do got to ask Squabo, what have you done to my Julio Jones jersey? Are you keeping it nice?
Oh, that's right. I'm sure he's taking good care of it. That's a valuable piece of material, by the way. And just to let you guys know, in less than an hour, I'm going to be jumping on Sam Dog's channel. You'll see Sam Dog, by the way, David, definitely.
Sam Dog's going to be there?
Oh, Sam Dog's always there.
Just so you know, guys, Norb and I are trying to work out a collab for Tuesday.
Tuesday night we're doing a collab. PM. We're not trying to work it out. We are doing a collab Tuesday night.
We're doing
9 think what you said 9:30 your time, 6:30 my time, I think.
9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So just like the Game of Thrones and all that, I have to bend the knee. NorbCam and I are good. By the way, speaking of, I don't know if y'all watch it, but the new Game of Thrones prequel is.
Don't say anything. Don't spoil it because I'm waiting to get it started because I haven't started yet.
I'm not spoiling nothing.
All right. But it's good, huh?
Start binge watching. Start binge watching 3 episodes.
I'm gonna watch. We might do that Sunday while my parents are here. My dad, when he had COVID back in February, he had this basically just was bedridden for like a month recovering at home, and he watched the entire all 8 seasons. It was 8 seasons, right? 8 seasons of Game of Thrones in like a month. He watched it in a month because he had nothing else to do. My dad always has stuff to do.
I was binge watching Game of Thrones for about. I don't know. I think I got through 9 seasons in less than a couple months and stuff. But is your pops there?
Oh, he's not here at the moment, but he'll be with me Sunday when we do our live stream for the 49ers.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward. To meeting whoever I meet in your family, your friends. Like I said, Norb, it's been a long time coming. I'm looking forward to the trip. Seattle 12s have been pretty respectful to me all throughout the years, and so I'm going to do my diligence and be as respectful when I'm in your city. So if anybody has any ideas, I plan on doing a video maybe on Monday or Tuesday, specifically just asking Seattle fans
what to do while you're in town.
You guys can come on over. Yeah, I'm going to ask some questions about what I could do in Seattle, so any of you guys can subscribe to the channel and come over there and give me some tips. There might be one day I might be by myself. I'm not sure, but just let me know and everything.
I assume, David, you're going to be making some kind of video like a my trip to Seattle video, right? With all clips of all the places you went to. I assume you're going to be making something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do it, but when I go on vacation, I don't post a lot on my channel until I get back for reasons. Obviously, some people could come over and want to rob the place, but I will be doing. Yeah, you got to be safe nowadays. But I will be doing some clips, and I don't know what is around the airport. I don't know what could possibly be around there. But I've been YouTubing. I've been looking at some things. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited, and hopefully I can meet some of you guys who have seen me throughout the years with NorbCam. Obviously, I'm looking forward to meeting him the most. But that doesn't mean I can't hang out with anybody. And I'm looking forward to meeting Cristostomo too.
That's right. That's right. We're going to win on Sunday. We're going to kick their ass. Trey Lance is great, except I still love Jimmy Garoppolo because I have a poster over my bed because he's the best looking quarterback in the history of the NFL.
You got a man poster above your bed.
Not that I do anything with it. I just look at it.
I got one of these things.
Chrysostom, I got a question. Why do you have a poster of a man over your bed?
Because he's the greatest. He's the GOAT.
He's the greatest.
And I like goats. You know, from the petting zoo? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do have this to tell you. And
You look
when
ridiculous,
I'm there,
by the way.
wait, because I got a massive amount of hair?
Green is not your color.
I do want to do something with you pertaining to week 6 while I'm there. If we can get something on video when your Niners come down here to Atlanta to get their butt whipped.
Oh, for the Falcons Niners. Oh, okay, all right. So in other words, you want to have Crisostomo on the video so you can use for your future matchup.
Yeah.
I think that can be arranged.
Because Kyle Shanahan's a
Count
choker.
me in. That's right. He's a choker.
Right.
Wait, no, he's not.
I've been
He's not a
watching
choker.
your,
what are you talking about?
live streams. It's pretty fun.
Hey, let me go ahead and go, man, because I don't want to hold up. Wait, who is that? Is that Sam Dog?
Where?
In the right? Who's that on the right side of me?
That's Tyler.
David Gribb. Oh,
Is that what you mean? Or are you talking
No,
about?
not you, Tyler. Trust me, I do recognize you. Above Norb.
It's David. It's probably not David. No, this is David is the other guy in the other box.
Oh,
I don't know if you know David.
But hey, I don't want to hold you up too much, man, because I know you got a show talking about the Niners, man. But Norb, I appreciate you making this happen. I'll take care of you when I'm up there, man. I got you, man. On a night, maybe Sunday night, man. I'll take you to some dinner at a sports bar or something on me, man.
Oh, all right, man. Well, we're gonna have a good time. We're definitely gonna try to show as much of Seattle as we can over the weekend.
Yeah, and all you guys get to my channel this week. Trust me, you're gonna want to. I promise you, and beyond. And Norb, I look forward to meeting you. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Sports Live in the ATL. I think I've got your link. I've got your channel in there. I do believe. If not, I'll make sure that it's in there.
I appreciate it. You guys want to see my rants after the Saints game? It was insane, and it was just I still having trouble.
I saw it. You freaked the heck out.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But let me go ahead and go, man, so you guys can get back to your Seattle content. Norb, thanks for allowing me in, man, and I look forward to seeing you next week, my friend.
You betcha, man. Looking forward to it.
And it better be good weather. I'm rain all day.
It's going to be like 80 now. I told you it's going to be high 70s. I think Sundays, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, it says 80 degrees according to Apple phone weather. We'll see if that.
Smoke around here too.
Because I know in Seattle, man, it like rains like, 80% of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be actually getting the 1% that it doesn't rain at the end of
Knowing
my luck, I'll come up there. Yeah, knowing my luck, I'll come up there and be the one that brings the rain.
Well, that might happen too. All I know is I'm going to rain on your parade because I know you're going to be coming off of that high win against the Rams. Yeah, you're going to come up here hoping that you're going to win at home or win on the road, but no, can't happen.
All right, guys, look, baby, before I go, do let me say this. It's a competitive thing. Got a lot of respect for Norb. Got a lot of respect for U12s. But I'm not coming to Seattle just to hang out with Norb. I'm coming to watch my team beat you and make your Sunday miserable. That's what I'm coming for. Also, so don't take it personal when the ATL Hot Atlanta leaves with that W and y'all leave with that L. Don't take it personal. It's not my fault.
Okay, man.
All right.
I just,
All right, Norb, talk to you later,
I know you're spending a lot of money. I hope it's worth it. All right, man. We'll see you. All right. All right. That's David in Atlanta calling in. Like I said, we'll be hanging out. That's gonna be fun. So I see that SG Sports Talk channel says he's in the Discord, but can't call in. I'm not sure why that is, but
Coach Mesh is here.
All right, Coach Mesh, I expect will probably be busy helping out with my Madden live stream tonight. What's up, Coach Mesh?
He's muted.
Coach Mesh, no? All right.
I got an Apple Watch.
I will see you this afternoon. Oh, nice, man. I'm moving. I don't even have an Apple Watch. I don't have a watch. I don't have a watch at all. Cool. Those are awesome, man. Coach Mesh, are you in?
He's unmuted,
Coach Mesh,
but I don't hear him.
Coach Mesh is unmuted, but he's not talking. Nope, there's mute. There's gone. Oh well, I was getting ready to wrap up because I've got to get ready for my live stream collab on Sam Dog, the infamous 253's channel, doing a little trash talk with SG or CG Ruthless Sports San Francisco 49er fan. We'll be doing that in 45 minutes at 3:15. So tune in to Sam Dog's channel for that. And let's see. Nope, nobody else on here. Let me pop David on here because he's been waiting for a long time. And David, do you want to say anything about this game? What do you think? Seahawks versus Niners. Who do you got?
Yes, I have a lot to say about it.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have a lot of time, but try to give me your quick elevator take on what you think the Seahawks will do.
Okay, well, let me tell you how I feel about the game. Number one, I feel Sky High is right about some things. Number two, I feel you are right about some things. But I do have one question. Has Geno played the Niners before?
Oh, that's a really good question. He didn't play him last year.
No, he did not.
I don't think so.
I think we need to give Geno a chance.
He's going to get the chance. Well, he's going to get the chance. He's going to start. There's no doubt he's going to start. So he will get that chance. So he gets the chance, then what happens?
But I look at it this way. It's going to be a 7-3 game. Hawks.
7-3. Wow.
Yeah, defensive game.
Shit, I'll say 7-3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
one touchdown and a single field goal. Man, that is a seriously defensive game.
Yep.
Even though we we gave Russ 340 yards of passing, and even though we gave what else? There was something. What else? It was not pretty. We gave up 100 yards of rushing to the Broncos and 340 yards. So 440 yards of offense to the Broncos. But we're gonna shut down and limit the 49ers to a field goal. That's what you're saying.
And Gino's going to throw one touchdown to DK Metcalf.
Well, I see that. I could see that happening. I do not see either team holding both teams to one score. If you do that, man, that'll be something else. I would be super impressed. I don't see it happening.
Before him back.
I might even go with add 10 to what you just said, make it 17-13 type of game, as I had 20-10 Niners beating us for some weird stuff. I feel like all the breaks that we got from the last game, we're going to have the opposite. We're going to get that sort of not breaks coming our way, like a field goal miss. I say that in my music video. Jason Myers is going to miss a field goal wide. We're going to have a touchdown or a first down catch that should be a first down or a touchdown, and DK is going to miss it because it's going to go off of hands high. I don't know why I have these specific visions. I just do. And I feel like it's going to be one of those games where it's like, dang it, we should have won, but we didn't do this, and we didn't do this. It's like, oh, yeah, kind of like the Broncos are saying about the first week.
They should have won. I'm thinking this way, let them play the game, and let's see what happens.
Well, that's going to be ultimately what happens, right? Because we're just doing predictions, and none of us really know what the heck we're talking about. But, that is kind of what happens. But it's fun to, pretend like we think we know what's going to happen and see what we think is going to be the case. And if I see a 7-3 or something close to it, I'll be wildly impressed. And if it's something like the Seattle Seahawks end up scoring like 24-7 and win this game, I'll be completely shocked and I'll be extremely happy at the same time. So that's the fun of it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch. And what's nice about it, guys,
I'm not going to keep you too long, but you take care, Norb.
Yeah. Thanks, David. I appreciate you hanging in there. Appreciate it.
Hi, David Greb.
Have you been to the Washington State Fair?
Oh, yeah. I went there. No, actually, no, I didn't. What are we talking about? I didn't go. My kids went. I didn't go this year. My kids went.
Oh, because I was there opening day, and then I was there today.
Washington Fair is great. Rides are fun, but the food is the food is why you go to the fair, because you want to get those elephant ears, funnel cakes, shave ice, cotton candy, corn dogs. What else? What am I missing? Oh, did I say scones? Scones. Those are like the must gets. Those are the must gets when you go to the fair. All right, David, thanks.
Look until you tell me I said hi.
I appreciate it, man. All right, David, thanks for calling, and appreciate you, man. I was going to make a point, and I got sidetracked. What I was going to say. Oh, I was going to say, to wrap up this show, the nice thing about where we are right now is we're in first place by a game in the NFC West. Nobody expected that, thanks to the other teams all losing. So right now we're playing with house money. We've got nothing to lose right now. If we lose, well, we're just going to be even with everybody else, right? So we're ahead And it's nice to just feel like there's no pressure. Just go in there. No one's giving us a chance. No one gave us a chance against the Broncos. No one's giving us a chance against the Niners. That's great. If they don't give us a chance all year, well, who knows? Maybe we'll come back and that little chip on our shoulder to prove everybody wrong, for Geno to prove everybody wrong, to prove to me and everybody else who's a critic of his that, what do you mean I can't throw the deep ball? I'm going to show you. I'm going to throw the deep ball just like Sky High Aviation said. I'm going to throw a 70-yard bomb to DK Metcalf right off the bat. Prove you guys I can throw the deep ball. Let Geno cook. We'll see if it happens, but I don't think that's going to be the game plan, to be honest. I think Pete Carroll's going to have a very conservative game plan because he doesn't like to turn the ball over. He likes to run the ball. He likes the short passing game, which is just fine by me. But you got to get some yardage on the ground to win this game, preferably 100 yards from the backfield. Whether it's one guy, two guys for 50, three guys for 33 in the third, we got to get 100 yards from the backfield. That's the key. Anyway, that's it, you guys. So I'm out of here. Talk to you guys at 3:15 if you watch Sam Dogg's stream, where we're going to talk a little bit more about this Niners-Seahawks matchup. And then at 4:30, of course, the debut of the season franchise mode of Madden 2023 coming up at 4:30. Going to see if I can replay and be as successful as we were on Monday night against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. I got to play against Russell Wilson.
I didn't see your Good Morning America thing. I recorded it and I didn't see it.
Oh, I was on there. I was in the background, so I was just like in the group, just sort of dancing in the background. It wasn't.
I watched your little live stream, your little late night drive to Lumen Field in the van up there.
Oh, was that night? That was like 2:30 in the morning. Technically, that was morning.
Asleep.
I guess it depends on how you look at it. It's either late at night or early in the morning. But it was way strange time to be driving up to go to the Seahawks stadium. But it was fun. I got to hang out with a few of the fans that I knew, Mr. and Mrs. Seahawk, and Jimbo and
Lights
Nancy.
were on at T-Mobile too.
What's that?
The light when you went up the garage, I saw the lights from T-Mobile Park still on.
Oh yeah, I know they keep those on. It's like maybe they should turn them off, save some energy. But anyway, all right, I'm out of here, you guys. Tyler's good chatting with you.
See you at Sam Dogs stream.
See you guys all at 4:30. See you at Sam Dogs at 3:15. And talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's get a win on Sunday anyway. Prove me wrong. Go Seahawks.